Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
K&K Crochet.
Welcome back. We had a video that went up, I think this week maybe, that talked about the Sentro experience that Kristen had had. And I said I didn't think I would ever use a Sentro, that maybe in a year I might sing a different tune. Well, I'm pretty certain now I'm not going to be singing a different tune. But let me tell you why. So, our hat goal is 1,500 by November 24th. So I was trying to crank out some hats quickly, and I thought, well, let's try the Sentro. Kristen has a Sentro that she got off Temu for like $20. I don't think it's that price anymore because Temu keeps raising prices. So anyway, she got one and she had used it. My son was working with her to use it. And so I decided to have them show me how to do it. She was going to work one day. So she showed me how to start it, and then I cranked one out, and then I looked up a video on how to take it off of the thing. She came in to try and tell me, and I'm like, okay, so you just take it around and take it off. She says, no!
That's how you lose all kinds of stitches.
There are so many steps. It's not a lot, but when you've never made a knitted hat, sometimes I think that's the disconnect in your head. You don't understand how those stitches work. Now, after using the Sentro this week, I do understand a little bit more about how those stitches work, to the point where if I lose a stitch, one stitch, I can figure out how to go down and pick it back up with a crochet hook and work it back up to the top.
I do not enjoy doing that.
I don't mind doing it when it's one stitch. When it's 5 in a row, I have a problem because then they start to fall apart. And so here's my problem. It's not the machine, it's me. Somebody said the other day, it's definitely the machine. No, I think it's me. I have no problem starting it. When I first started trying to use the Sentro, it says go over and under the pins. Well, it has the hooks, and then it has these pin things that are like plastic that's molded onto the separators that separate the hooks. And I thought those were part of it.
She was going up, down, up, down, up, down.
I would go under the stitch and over that, or under, every other. I was using that as every other. So the hook would go in front or behind, and then I would go in front or behind of those separators. So every time I then went, I thought I had it all on there. I'd put it all around like I was supposed to, and then I started cranking and it would fall straight off. The whole first row, there's no rows. There's nothing there. The yarn just falls straight off. I'm like, what on earth? So I called my youngest in and I said, show me how to do this. So then he showed me how to take the yarn and weave it through the hooks, the needles, instead of the posts that I'm not supposed to use. So then I did the cranking, and I thought my arm was going to hurt, and it didn't. I mean, a little bit in the process, but I thought,
you get used to it.
Yeah, it didn't bother me near as much. So I thought, I can crank out some hats. Oh boy, let's go. Yeah. Until you get to the end, and then you have to, take it off, and then let off the first layer of stitches, and then you got to put the needle in all the stitches to cinch it. Every time I would go, my hands aren't steady anyway, so I'm sitting there with a big needle, trying to go through and get the stitches. I would get one off, and I would go to pull it up to shrink it, and the next 2 stitches would fall off.
Which is my bad, because I forgot to tell her, I learned that the hard way. You need to hold down the next stitch while you're cinching it up.
Well, and 2, I'm reaching across this way. The Sentro is over here. I'm reaching across to pick it up. And when Kristen had it, she puts it towards her and does it this way,
and
around.
I move it as I'm going around, so they're always coming directly towards me. They're not across the machine.
That still doesn't make me feel any better, because I don't know how many times, probably 5 or 6 times I loaded it.
You just need to watch me do it one day.
It's not that I don't know how to do it, it's aggravating.
I do little tips and
tips and tricks
to make it easier. And I just don't know how to verbalize them.
Yeah, whatever. So, because you're a visual learner, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I don't know how many times I put the yarn on that way, going up and down over the things I wasn't supposed to be, and probably 5 or 6, and I was getting really aggravated.
Oh, and let me tell you this little funny story. The other day, I was here, she was doing it, okay? And she's cranking it, and she goes, oh no! And I was in the other room, I said, what? And she was telling me how she was going and it was feeding through. And I don't even know what actually happened, but she made it sound like the machine broke.
There was a knot in my Karen 1 pound, which Sentro doesn't like Karen 1 pound, just a note.
Or Red Heart.
But there was a knot in my Karen 1 pound, And I thought, I'll just let it go through. Everybody says they're fine. I'll let it go through. Yeah, it went through and it pulled apart. And so I was that far on a hat. And yeah.
And she made it sound like it broke the machine. Like one of the needles broke. And
Well, it broke my heart because then I had to go redo everything. And yes, I know you can add it in, but I don't know how to do all that mess.
I'm not that good at it either.
And the whole time I'm doing it, like not the whole time, but part of the time, every once in a while her thing will start popping and cracking. I'm like, I broke it.
Most of the time it's just the tension's got a knot or something.
Yeah, I figured out that there was a knot going into the tensioner. And so whatever. But I will say I did make a few hats. There was one.
We should still have the one that I did that I got messed up.
There was one that I think I pulled off. I was like 10 stitches from being complete. Like complete. I was running the needle through. I had like 10 stitches and it pulled off like 3 or 4 and then 5 or 6. And I said, forget it. I ripped it off of there and I took the needle and I went down about that far on the hat and weaved it in and out and cinched it and said, I'm done. And so I don't know about that hat. It is what it is. I don't know which one of these it is. I could probably feel. Yep, it's this one. So that's this one. Yep, it looks like a lump of coal.
Does not.
This is good. Actually the Karen 1 pound in the pink. It was left over from the frog blanket I did. This is, I love this yarn and I don't know the colorway, but it was a clearance yarn, so it's discontinued anyway.
Oh.
With the sparkle.
This is the one she did. And it's so nice and flowy. Like it's a thinner yarn and I love it.
I actually made that one to donate somewhere else and then decided to donate something else instead because I was also donating towels. So there's another one with the Karen 1 pound. And then that's all I made on the Sentro. Is that it? I only made 3? Well, you can write that down in history because, yeah.
I need to get my Sentro out and do some more.
I always think I'm going to, I still look at it and think I really want to do that because it's supposed to be quicker. But I don't know for me that it's any quicker. Maybe a little bit.
I can knock it out in 30 minutes if I'm fully focused in doing a hat.
I don't think I can do it in 30 minutes. You know that I can name that tune in two notes. Yeah, no,
I cannot.
Not happening. I just don't think I can do it. And I think the Sentro and I are going to have a breakup. We're breaking up. We're not going to be friends anymore.
Watch her tonight go, let me see the Sentro. I want to try.
I won't be doing it tonight because tonight's Halloween. And by the time you guys see that, that'll be over. But we're going to be trick-or-treating.
I'm going to be passing out candy.
Yeah, so it won't be Centroing tonight. But yeah, I'm just trying to, make up some hats and get going and move past, get through the goal and that kind of thing. But anyway, that's where we stand with all that. Just wanted to give you an update on the Sentro experience because, I'm thinking it's over for me. And I'm okay with that. Reminds me of the little boy says, because I'm handing out life lessons.
True. Yeah, that's what you just sounded like.
If little Johnny got a black eye, then I'm going to have a black eye, and he's going to have a black eye, and we both going to have matching black eyes and rainy days, because I'm handing out life lessons.
And I'm okay with that.
I love that kid. No, we're not promoting that at all. I just think that kid's funny. So it's kind of what it reminded me of. So I'm okay with the Sentro and I not being friends. We can part ways. I'm good with that. Kristen can do it. The problem with Kristen is her finding time. So I thought, well, I have some time. I can do it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I have work in school. And
I
never have time.
It is. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it.
My brother can do it. He likes to do it.
Yeah, but I need him to do a bunch of them. And after about 2, he's going to be like, yeah, I'm done. It was a novelty item, He's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, no. But anyway, I admire anybody that can do this and has the patience. I swear it takes the patience.
I admire anybody that can hand knit those.
I swear both of them take the patience of Job. So, yep. I admire you. We get lots of these hand knitted beanies, and I'm just like, how do you have the patience? So I say all that to say this, if you have tips and tricks about how you take it off of the machine, the actual finishing off, like I know you do the first round, wind it one more time and let the first set of needles fall off. And then the second time you go through and you pick it up on your needle. That's the problem I have because the needles on a Sentro, I don't know about an Addy, but on a Sentro, when you're picking those up, the pegs that it's on, I swear they need to be about another 1/4 of an inch taller. And then it would be easier to do that. But they are so short.
Also, it came with a special needle to take them off, and I lost it. So I have to use normal sewing needles.
Oh.
That may be your problem.
Well, I didn't know that. So, see, it's good to have information. So, when you don't get the information, then you look like a dodo.
Well, I've just been using a very small sewing needle to take them off, and I forgot to tell you.
I can't hold a very small sewing needle. My hands don't work that way. I have to use the big darning needle.
It came with a big, long plastic one, and it's like...
That's what I used, and it's too big to fit through the yarn.
This one's special.
See, she didn't give me all the tutelage that I needed to do these kinds of things. It's her fault. She's a bad teacher.
Who you talking to? Because it ain't me.
Anyway, we hope you have a great day. Don't forget to be kind because...
You don't know anybody else's journey.
And we're taking a break from trivia for a couple of weeks. Around Thanksgiving, we may pick it back up to do Thanksgiving trivia, okay? So, but we will say, let us know in the comments down below what you're doing, what you're working on, how things are going, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.